Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another WWE Reddit video. This is, of course, the series where you can submit your photos, videos, memes, questions, or anything related to the world of professional wrestling over on the Santi Zab Videos Reddit page. So if you'd like to be featured in next week's WWE Reddit video, make sure that you check out the Reddit page. I'll put a direct link to it in the description for you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications if you're a wrestling fan. I know that you're going to fall in love with his YouTube channel because we always upload daily wrestling content. And if you want even more than just daily videos, make sure that you check out the Patreon, patreon.com/SantiZab. Over there, you're going to get so much more extra content that we never upload here on YouTube. So go check it out. Link in the description, as well as a link in the pinned comment. All right, let's see what you guys sent in this week. The men's elimination chamber. Look, I know we all hate Logan Paul. That's the popular thing to do. But this is the most stacked elimination chamber that I've seen in recent memory. With Cena and Punk alone, this thing is just generational in terms of the star power that's in there. You add Rollins and McIntyre. I know people don't necessarily love Priest, but this is a main event guy. At least he's treated like a main event guy. Former world champion. And Logan Paul, even if you don't like him, at the very least over the last couple of years, he always has the most memorable and the most entertaining bits out of the elimination chamber. So even though in here he's the clown, I still think that he's going to be a great addition to this match and he's going to be a lot of fun. I can't explain to you how hilariously accurate this is. I don't know that Jordynne Grace is trying to look like Sabrina Carpenter. I mean, here she looks like Protina Carpenter, but this is like a perfect evolution. Let me see if I know my Pokemon. It's Machop, Machamp, and Machoke. Do I have that right? I might have these two backwards, Machop and Machamp, but this is very, very accurate. So they're definitely getting a new member. Who would you want them to add? Yeah, this whole no new members thing is obviously going to turn into adding a new member on the Judgment Day. And honestly, the Judgment Day needs one of two things. It needs to completely disband, disappear like Team Rocket back in 1998, or they need to add a new member. And it doesn't seem like they're going to be disbanding anytime soon, so we got to look at new members. And honestly, the only one that makes any sort of remote sense that fits the vibe and the color scheme of the Judgment Day is a potentially returning to WWE Malachi Black, of course in WWE known as Aleister Black. I don't know that I want that for Aleister Black, and it feels like I don't know if that's the best course of action either. Let's not forget that his wife is over on SmackDown and they tend to keep couples together. So unless the Judgment Day is going to move over to SmackDown, I don't actually see this happening. I've been saying that the Judgment Day should move over to SmackDown. They've got nothing left to do on Monday Night Raw. I still feel like the correct answer is just disband this and just let Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan go off on their own and Finn Balor to replenish whatever is left of his dying career at the hands of Triple H's booking. Final predictions. Who's winning? So the only thing that I really did not like about Jey Uso picking Gunther as quickly as he did. Obviously, there's a lot of opinions out there about Jey Uso even winning the Royal Rumble, but the concern that I have about him picking so quickly is that it completely eliminates some of these names because the prize is now Cody Rhodes. Now, people like, if I'm being honest, Damian and Logan Paul don't really seem like viable options to win. If Gunther was potentially the prize, then I could actually see a world where Logan Paul could shock the world and win. But with it being Cody Rhodes, to me, it is far and away the 1-2 favorites are John Cena and CM Punk. Everyone else is a distant fourth, a distant third, or just not even in the picture at all. So I'm going to say John Cena is going to win this. Does he deserve another run with the world title? I think the answer is yes. I just wish that they booked him better. And I don't mean better in terms of like how powerful he is, because he's booked incredibly powerful. Like he's like on par with the likes of Cody Rhodes in terms of like how protected he is. I just mean like in terms of giving him something interesting, because just being Damian Priest and talking really low and kicking out of everything isn't a particularly interesting narrative to give this guy. But his run as world heavyweight champion, I thought was really good. It was way better than I was expecting it. I thought he was going to be a paper transitional champion. And to me, he really added to the legacy of that world heavyweight championship. If you ask me, he had great matches, great stories, and I wouldn't mind to see him being world champion again, as much as people have kind of turned on him. Yeah, ladies ladies and gentlemen, the full invasion of NXT and TNA is here. We had Moose appear on NXT and confront none other than Obafemi. And it's interesting to point out that on some platforms, people are hyped, but on Twitter, my God, you guys are just so mad about this. Like, they just do not like the fact that Moose is in NXT. They refuse to acknowledge the fact that when people fantasy book TNA and NXT, more often than not, they're putting Moose and Obafemi together. I think that this is great. I feel like there's other great TNA talent that could have crossed over for Obafemi, but near the top of my list for this has always been Moose. I think Moose is a great talent that is just disliked a lot socially, and I really don't know the ins and outs of why people dislike Moose as much as they do. I just don't really have my nose in that particular side of wrestling fandom. I just watch and I like what I see, and I like what I see. I react in a positive way, but I just think it's cool that TNA is sending now like their heavy hitters, right? Like, they're sending their big guns to NXT to have big feuds against NXT's big guns. It's gonna be great.
A twist of fate, a swanton. You'll realize, well, we are the greatest tag team in all of space and time. The best, the GOATs.
And people always wonder, what's next? What's next? Maybe it's a Hardy party at NXT.
Coming back to the WWE. What a fantastic timeline that we live in. Look, you might be split on Moose, but I don't think anybody's split on having the Hardys come back to the WWE. Am I allowed to be excited over that? Am I allowed to be happy that the Hardys are coming to NXT? Yeah? Okay. Here's the thing. They're cock teasing us, as they say, because we all know we want the Hardys versus Fraxium. That's like the match that's on everyone's mind. They're going to do the Hardys versus NQCC, which I also think is going to be a great match. NQCC is so highly underrated in my opinion, especially you. Like, Tavion Heights is just so goddamn good. But the Hardys in NXT, like, to me, this signals that everyone is fair game now. Like, we could have Nick Nemeth come over at any moment. Like, we're going to have the full-blown invasion of NXT and TNA to the point where I personally think that they should bring back Worlds Collide, which was a NXT show where it was like NXT UK versus NXT. We should do that, but now TNA versus NXT. I would love to have a full-blown premium live event of these two brands colliding against each other. I think Bro was excited.
Oh, she's looking at the
this is Jordan Grace debuting. Everyone's coming over. Okay, all right. All right. Okay, we're going to move on from that. How could you not love Santino?
So what did you have in mind?
Well, I made a list of people I would really like to see on a TNA event.
Oh.
Okay.
First, we have an exceptional female wrestler, Makita Lyon.
No, that's actually not.
She's
how
good.
Makita.
Then there's another one, Jada Parkour.
Yeah, that's not how you.
She's very good. Eddie Torpedo is another one.
Another one you are.
Then there's this guy, Shining Stacks Lorenzo. 3 names. That's stupid.
They're together, by the way.
But this one guy, I tell you, Tricky William,
Yeah.
he's good.
No, that's.
Very good.
You know what?
Shout out to Tricky
Why don't we
Williams.
just go enjoy the day of vengeance?
You mean Vengeance Day? Where did you learn to pronounce things?
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, goddamn, Santino's too good. He's too damn good. This is another one of those NXT and A gems, man. Like, how can you not fall in love with this deal, man? Just seeing some of these really cool crossovers. Yeah, I'm going to be tuning into Thursday night, TNA Impact, to see who from NXT goes over there, because we are now fully in it. We're in the trenches. We're knees deep in this NXT and A partnership. This is awesome. John Cena. I love Santino so much. The leader of Retribution 2.0. IMO, if this happens, I'll go nuts. Okay, I won't lie, this would actually be pretty hype. This would be so sick if Corey Graves ends up being the manager for this new faction, this Nexus combined with Retribution, combined with the Shield. We've been calling them Nextribu Shield. I'm making it a thing, all right? If we were able to make Raging Piss a thing, we're going to be able to make Nextribution a thing too. But this would be pretty cool. I still don't think that it's a big work, that Corey Graves, went off on on Twitter and it was all a big storyline. I just think he was pissed. But if you want to turn it into a storyline, into a dissatisfied guy that he can't get in the ring, so he got into the brains of 4 youngsters so that he can have them run rampage on everyone in NXT and the WWE, and he can pull the strings, that'd be pretty cool too. I don't see it though. It's coming. We are very close to hearing Jacob Fatu say, "I hate you, Solo." Dude, when this happens, I'm gonna be heartbroken. I won't know how to feel about this. Like I'm conflicted. I don't love Solo as much as Jacob does, clearly, but I don't know that I can see somebody go from so much love to so much hatred just like that, man. It's gonna break my heart. Dude, I cannot believe he wrestled with that. Oh my God. NXT. Oh my God. Okay, that's insane. Nah, man, that's way too high. Oh. Good God. Dude, I forgot how nasty that was, actually. That was a sneak peek of this week's Wrestling is Cool Match Club, available exclusively over on patreon.com/SantiZap. This week, we're looking at Torn Pec Cody Rhodes going up against Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell 2022. The amazing Ruthless Aggression triple threat match between The Undertaker, The Rock, and Kurt Angle at Vengeance 2002. A Ring of Honor classic between Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson, and Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, back in 2008. The real-life grudge match that involves affairs and whatnot between Matt Hardy and Edge at Unforgiven 2005 in a steel cage. And the Payback 2023 classic between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day in a Steel City street fight. You're gonna be getting this and more, like the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, the Wrestling is Cool podcast 3 days earlier than everywhere else, the currently ongoing Undertaker WrestleMania match watch along, and the currently ongoing Royal Rumble match watch along as well. These are all pieces of content that we can never upload here to YouTube because of YouTube's copyright guidelines, making it just simply impossible for us to ever make it available here. So please go check it out, patreon.com/SantiZap. I'm confident that if you try it even for just 1 month, that you're gonna fall in love with the insane amounts of content that we upload there every single day. If you're already a patron, thank you so much for your support, but let's get you back to the video. I'm Hogan, you are Hogan, everyone is Hogan. Mercedes Hogan, Sammy Hogan, Rhea Hogan. Yes, internet fan, everyone is Hogan. And let's not forget Damian Hogan. That's a new one that's entered into the multiverse of Hogan's, apparently, according to wrestling fans. If Finn Balor, dude, I've always said this, all right, if you have a Balor fan in your life, please give them a hug. They need it, man. They're going through it. They've been going through it for the better part of like 9 years at this point. So just reach out to a Balor fan in your life, all right? They need the contact more than you know. Question, what happened to Drew McIntyre's revenge tour or Bloodline Bounty Hunter storyline? I don't know. Like, that's the best way to put it. I don't know. Look, he's still got a thing going on with Jimmy Uso, but I thought this was going to be way cooler than it ended up being. I thought that they were about to raise Drew McIntyre to like Majin Buu levels of threat in the world of the WWE, but like that hasn't really been the case. I was really expecting, if I'm being honest with you, like if I'm like sharing my true and honest feelings, I thought they were going to run Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I thought Roman was going to step up to stop Drew McIntyre after Drew McIntyre has taken out all of the members of the Bloodline, but that's just not what ended up happening. Triple H fighting the Urge. Of course. I mean, honestly, I understand. I mean, I'd be fighting the urge too to do the Triple H spitting water up in the air in the middle of a Congress hearing. What is he even cutting? The creative plans for Carmelo Hayes. Oh, that hurts. Was this the start of the downfall of Finn Balor? I mean, I think the downfall of Finn Balor has been going on for longer than people know. I feel like this is the biggest canary in the coal mine, shall I say, that it wasn't going to get better under Triple H, because it already wasn't good under Vince. People thought that maybe under Triple H, it could get better, and then it just didn't. And I think that this was the first bullet fired to show us that it wasn't going to get better, because it's crazy to not have Finn Balor win this in a Hell in a Cell when you are way younger than your opponent, when you're there as the Demon, one of your most protected like parts of your character and your gimmick, and you lose to a guy that was scheduled to have his contract run out with the WWE 3 months after this match, and then he leaves the WWE while you're still there. That's crazy to me that they didn't have Finn Balor win this. This Maven video was interesting. All right, 14-second clip.
Going up and, hey, you know, talking to a girl, waiting to be shot down. On this day,
So dumb. That's like just not even creative anymore. AEW really let us snag. Okay, it is crazy to think about just the amount of talent that WWE has gotten from AEW, either from getting fired by AEW, getting released by AEW, or having their contract lapse. But like, this isn't anything new, you know? Like, AEW has an insane amount of talent that WWE let go, fired, or let their contract expire. It's just that now AEW is old enough where their contracts are starting to expire, and now they're letting people go. This is just a sign of a healthy industry, if you ask me. People are weirdly using a lot of this, like AEW talent coming to WWE, as some sort of like bullet in the chamber to say that things in AEW are messed up. I just think that this is the natural course of business. What a nasty bump.
See you later.
All right, don't try this at home, folks. Okay, really don't do that at home. All right, good at it. You fucking got me. Well played. Well played. My glorious king. What is this? Educating little bro about the best wrestler of all time.
Very different story, but finally. Well, there is Doc.
Oh, he showed.
Whoa! A shocking upset.
Yeah, man. Even the aquatic world needs to know that the real king, the real Ray, is Dominic Mysterio. I appreciate you spreading the good word to the aquatic sea life. Cody took a pile driver and sold it for 2 weeks. Sammy did the same thing. Where the fuck is him? Listen, it's different. All right. Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn did not just recently come back from major neck and spinal surgery and back problems. It's fair for him to be selling this way more than Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. Give him a break. All right. God. Which WrestleMania do you want to see the most? Mania Australia? I mean, it'd be cool. The only reason I wouldn't want to see it is because of the insane time difference. Like, getting up at 5 a.m. for Elimination Chamber was brutal. Listen, I know I'm a privileged person living in North America, and I know that my Australian friends, you guys got to get up at crazy times too, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. WrestleMania Brazil, that'd be cool. I don't know that that's the right atmosphere. China, Egypt, I feel like Egypt would be pretty sick. Okay, this is the answer. It's WrestleMania, France. Obviously, after the insane Backlash France in the upcoming Clash in Paris, this is going to be the answer. The only other answer is London. India, Italy, Japan would be interesting. United Kingdom. Yeah, WrestleMania UK would be insane. I'm between UK and France. Can he become the face of WWE eventually? Here's the thing. I don't know that WWE needs the face of the WWE anymore. We're not really in the era of John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hogan, where we have a Vince McMahon that puts all of his tender love and care and creative juices behind one guy. I know that maybe at first glance it looks like Cody Rhodes is the face of the WWE, but if Cody Rhodes were to disappear tomorrow, the WWE is fine because they could bring back Roman Reigns in there. They could put Seth Rollins. They could make a new face in Braun Breaker. That's the insane part of the WWE machine. CM Punk said this during his pipe bomb, that you're just a spoke on the wheel now, and the wheel's going to keep moving whether the spoke is there or not. So in terms of being the face of the company, I don't think that that's ever going to really be the case for anybody anymore. I feel like you're just going to have a huge Rolodex of several faces of the company, and whoever's up next will get that opportunity. Can Oba be one of the top guys in the company? I certainly believe so, yeah. Which Cena trilogy did you prefer? You know what? Not enough people talk about the Kevin Owens trilogy. The answer is still AJ Styles. That's Cena's best in-ring set of matches, in my opinion. But the trilogy with Kevin Owens was fantastic, both from in-ring and from the promos that these two were just spitting at each other. The answer is AJ Styles, but I'm glad that we're seeing some love for that Kevin Owens trilogy because it does not get enough praise. Drew is the GOAT. WrestleMania. Dude, I've seen Drew reply to WrestleMania a lot. The transformation of Drew McIntyre is still a sight to behold. Drew McIntyre says, left. I'll have your daughter home by 10, sir. Right. She calls me daddy now. God damn. Drew McIntyre is a national treasure on social media. Which matches should John Cena not have won? All right, so we have John Cena beating the Nexus. This is at the top of everyone's list. I don't think that he should have beat the Nexus, but I always say I feel like the Nexus was going to end up where they were anyway. Just feeding them to Cena just accelerated the process. Cena beating Rey Mysterio after Rey became WWE champion for an hour. The 2013 Rumble, nobody liked that. Winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, nobody needed to see that, especially considering knowing that it's John freaking Cena and he doesn't need a reason to get a championship opportunity, and against Bray Wyatt. Brother, the answer is all of them. He shouldn't have won any of these. Nobody wanted to see this. To be fair, the Royal Rumble, they put themselves in a corner by having The Rock win the WWE Championship, so this was like literally the only available option, if you ask me, and there was only one championship at the time, but the answer is all of them. Fuck you, Triple H. Bring him back, Baldy. I don't know that just bringing the Demon fixes Finn Balor. I feel like there are so many just bigger fundamental problems with how Finn Balor is booked in the WWE that I just don't think that it's as simple as, the cool face paint and body paint is back. Now Finn Balor is fixed. No, man, he needs to have good stories, good promos, and win. He just needs to win before I can really buy the Demon returning. Very unlikely, but what do you think? Yeah, okay, so this is a very popular fantasy booking. Night one, it being the triple threat between Roman, Seth, and Punk, and then night two main event being Cena and Cody Rhodes. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like Punk fits better as a member of a triple threat match against Cena and Cody more than Seth versus Roman Reigns, because I'd rather see Punk versus Roman solo, not solo as in solo, I mean like by themselves in a singles match, or Punk versus Seth Rollins again individually, and I definitely want to see Roman versus Seth by themselves in a singles match. To me, if you're gonna inject Punk into a triple threat against Cody and Cena, makes more sense. The star power is unreal, and it just keeps getting better. The partnership with TNA is just such a brilliant move for both companies, if you ask me. By the way, I would not be surprised if they end up doing a WrestleMania 35 like main event for the women of NXT at Stand and Deliver, and they do a 2-belt main event for the NXT Championship and Women's North American Championship in this triple threat right here. I genuinely would not be surprised. Solo and the Backstreet Boys. Okay. I'll just leave that there for a second, and we can move on now. Gonna be the best return of all time. The pop that Tonga Loa is going to receive when he returns is going to be massive. You know what else is massive? Okay. I mean, everyone's just lucky it didn't return to the Rumble. Brother would have just won. Bianca and Naomi's gear. Brr, it's getting cold in here. There must be some clovers in the atmosphere. Yeah, I love Bring It On, man. I grew up with an older sister, so I watched all the Bring It On movies growing up, and yeah, this movie's fucking awesome. My burger comes with what? Double Le OTC. Ooh, is that French Roman Reigns? Le Original Tribal Chief. Okay, all right, that's stupid. I love that I brain rotted you to this level. Thoughts? Do they have potential? I think they have a tremendous amount of potential, especially in the world of NXT that we are in today. I love the way that they're already being booked. Obviously very strong, taking out the champion, causing havoc in the backstage area of NXT. It's cool because these are all unknowns as well, right? Like these are all basically like performance center guys that the WWE is allowing to create something special in their own right. We'll see if we end up having like a Corey Graves or a Ricky Stark end up being like the leader of this or someone bigger. I personally hope not. I'd like to see what these guys are capable of doing by themselves without them just being henchmen for somebody else. One of these matches has to main event WrestleMania. Which one would you pick? All right, so this would be a metric butt ton of ass juice to run Jay versus Jimmy. Literally one of the worst matches I've ever seen. Okay. Look, obviously Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler is a terrible match and one of the worst matches I've ever seen, but at the very least I expected it to be bad. I didn't expect Jay versus Jimmy to be bad. The sumo match between Akibono was his name in Big Show, and of course John Gonzalez versus The Undertaker. I don't want any of these to be the main event of WrestleMania. Honestly, if I have to pick one, I guess, fuck, these are all so bad. I guess Jay versus Jimmy. I guess. The WWE Netflix that we wanted. All right, that's pretty fucking weird. All right. Great. We made it even more weird, and that's a great way to end the show. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching this episode of WWE Reddit. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, go, get out of here.